Hi everyone, how are you? Come on in. Sorry I'm a second late here. Actually, it's probably more like a minute. I think I have a battery dying in one of my clocks. So, yeah, so my time, how do I want to say it? The time on my clock is different than on my phone, and the phone is correct. And I wasn't looking at my phone. So, say hello when you come on. I am jumping on to my page to find me to make sure we are where we need to be, and we are. Welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Kristen Conant, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. You are joining me live in the Create with Love Stampin' Studio. Hello to those who have been here before. Welcome to my new people. If you could like and follow my page, I would greatly appreciate that. Let me see. First things, I would like to remind you that right now is the time to redeem your bonus days. We are almost done with February. You've only got until the 28th to redeem those coupons. Those are the coupons you earned in January. So if you have not yet used those, go on and do an order and use those coupons, because once they're gone, they are gone. They do expire at the end of the month, okay? Couple of things I want to share with you today. I'm going to do it while we're doing the demonstration. So I wanted to remind you of the bonus days first. And I also want to tell you a little bit about classes here in the Create with Love Studio. Yes, I do live in-person classes here in the Create with Love Studio. So if you are local-ish to me, I would love to have you here in a class. If you've never stamped before, don't worry about that. Come, try it out. I love to have new stampers, and I promise you, you will have cards to take home with you. So let me know. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about my class schedule. I do classes on Mondays. So the first and last Monday of every month are product-based classes. Now the product changes for each class, as does the fee for the class, because of the cost of the products, depending on what we choose for the class. These two classes you need to RSVP with prepayment 3 weeks prior to the class, so that I can order your products, get them in, cut them, and have them ready for you to create with. Then the second Monday of every month, I do my 10-card class. My 10-card class is designed for two different things. One, either beginners, those who have never stamped before, or two, those who really need to resupply their stash of cards, so they have cards in their box ready for a minute's notice of a card that they are needing to send out. There are 10 different cards, and I have one of each card cut for you to make at class. Doesn't mean you have to make all 10. Some do all 10 every time. Others kind of pick and choose, and it depends, number one, on their timing, or two, whether they need a birthday or thinking of you, you know, that sort of thing. My 10-card class, you do need to RSVP 2 weeks prior, so that I can have a card kit cut and ready for you to use. My third class, the third Monday of the month, is my 6-card class. My 6-card class, we do 3 different cards. You make 2 of each of the 3 cards. So you've got 2 of them in your stash to send. The outside, the inside, and the envelopes are with this one. Again, you do not need to prepay for the 10-card class or the 6-card class. You do, however, for both of those classes, need to RSVP 2 weeks prior, again, so that I can have a card kit cut and ready for you to use when you're here for class. So we are coming up real quick on those. We have Monday, March 9th is coming up for the 10-card class. Monday, March 16th is for the 6-card class. And then the end of March, I skipped the first part of March because it's already too late to RSVP for that class. But the end of March, we are doing the Homemade with Sweetness class. This is a suite of products that are online exclusives, and they are the cutest. If you, oh my gosh, if you're a fruit farmer, if you are a jam or jelly person, you are going to love these products. Fruit, all things fruit. It is super duper cute. The class is going to be held Monday, March 30th. And the fee for this class is $45, and you do need to, like I said, RSVP with prepayment 3 weeks prior so that I can order your products and get them in, have them cut and ready for you to use the night of class. Then the first Monday in April, we're doing Cute as a Bug. This suite of products is in the current mini catalog. Then Monday, April 14th, this is my 10-card class. Unfortunately, in April, there will not be a 6-card class. I will be out of town on April. And you know what? Back up. I believe, no, I'm okay. Sorry, I thought I was going to be gone for one of the classes in March, but I'm going to be here, so we're all good with that. Okay, then the end of April, we are doing the Delicate Dreams suite of products, which are some new online exclusives that you will get to see in March. So stick around. You'll want to see those when they come out. Okay, I am going to turn the camera around now. So if you get motion sickness at all, you might want to look away for a minute. Grab yourself a paper and a pencil to take notes. Grab a drink, that sort of thing. So I'm going to turn the camera around now, and we will get started on today's projects and do a little more talking. Okay, ready? Here we go. Oh no. Okay. I am not sure who is here. Hello, hello. It is not letting me know who has popped in. Please say hello so that I can see who's here. All righty. So, as a reminder, Stampin' Up! Started in December, product of the month. So we had a new product in December, we had a new product for January, and now we have a new product for February. If you have not signed up to have an account to shop online, you will want to do that. Hey, Jenna. Hi, Dawn. Welcome. Hello, hello. It finally popped up. Who was on here? Product of the month, you do need an account because you want to go shopping online, right? And when you do that, when your order hits $75, Stampin' Up! Is going to send you a message right there on that screen if you want to add the product of the month. These are products, they create one product per month. And this is a product that you can add to your order for just $5. And they change it up. The first month we had designer series paper. January we had a stamp set. And now for February we have another set of designer paper. Now, I am not sure if there are products left from either December or January. Here is the thing. If there are, and you have not yet purchased these, you could opt to get one of the other months. Okay, so how you would do that, of course, you get your order up to $75. Then it'll ask if you want to add product of the month. It'll show you the products that are available, and you can choose one of those. Now, you cannot build your order up to $150, which would be the next $75, right? You cannot build it up to $150 and add on a second one. They must be two different orders, separate orders, in order to get one, and then if there's another one, you can get that one, okay? So just wanted to let you know. This is the designer paper that they designed for February's product of the month. And I waited till now to show you this because this is going to be one of my focal products today for the projects that I have created to share with you. Again, a $75 order. This could be one of the products that you add in. And if you notice, there are 4 different sheets in here instead of 6 different ones, but you get 3 of each of these instead, which I kind of like, having maybe a little less designs, about more pieces, so that we can use those, right? Yes, because there's always something that you really, really like, and then you run out of it in a hurry, right? So, and that always breaks my heart. And one of the other things that I will be using today is our stamp positioner. Our stamp positioner is a new product that Stampin' Up! Has created. Hey, Lori, welcome! The stamp positioner, if you would like to be part of the Create with Love team, we would love to have you. I have a couple of my teamies here right now. Yay! I love my team. We have so much fun together. We do a weekly Zoom create time together. We get together in person, all the things, and we just have a really good time. But anyways, if you join right now and want to be part of the Create with Love team and be with like-minded people, we would love to have you. Your starter kit is $125 worth of product of anything that you would like. You get to pick and put in your kit whatever you would like. You pay $99 in tax. Shipping is free, and right now till March 2nd, you could get the stamp positioner for free as well. That is a $49 tool that you get free in this join offer. Then once you put your starter kit in, your order in, you will now immediately on your next order, you can start using your discount. Yes, as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, you get a discount on any of your purchases you make after that, as long as you are meeting their requirements of $300 in sales a quarter. Okay, and I promise you, they have such amazing products. It is not hard to reach that $300 a quarter. Okay, a quarter is 3 months. Okay, it's just like the calendar says, you know, that we do for our tax purposes and banking and all the things, right? A quarter is 3 months. So, why not, if you are a crafter, a stamper, and you love these products, why not sign up and get your products for a discount, right? Okay, so I wanted to let you know about that. But one thing that does not come with the stamp positioner that you might want to add to your order, and I have it here somewhere, I'm going to unbury it here, that is our grid paper for our stamp positioner. Look at the stack. I don't even know how many sheets in here. If there's 50, 100, oh, it says 50. Okay, there we go. There's 50 sheets in this pad. And it's got metric on one side, inches on the other, so you get a choice. But it's 2 sides to paper, right? Because you might not always need to use the measurements per se, right? So you've got 2 sides that you can use. And I can tell you, because of the size of this, I will be using this for more than the stamp positioner. Because it's a perfect size for that. Okay, so I wanted to share that with you. So today's projects, actually, I think, is this a sneak peek, you guys? I didn't even realize that. See, I have it in my stash. When I have things in my stash, and I get excited to use something, I don't even realize that it's a sneak peek, and it is. But don't worry, there are other things here that I'm using that you can add to your order. But the stamp that I'm using today is called Flowers Fair. So this stamp set will become available in our online exclusives in March. However, remember the join offer that I said with the stamp positioner, you get that free. If you decide you do want to get your products at a discount, the Flower Fair that I'm going to be using, you could add that to your starter kit order. Just saying, okay? Is that enough teasing? This is our current mini catalog that we are working out of January through April. And then we have our current catalog. There is so much more, as I was just sharing. There are online exclusives, and we have been releasing new online exclusives like every 2 months, I want to say. So there is so much to see online. If you would like to see everything that Stampin' Up! Has to offer, because there are last chance items, there's catalogs, the online, all the things, right? You can scan this QR code and go right into the store and look around at things. If you would like to see what classes I'm offering, you can scan this one. So, and know what's going on here in the Create with Love Stampin' Studio. Okay, so real quickly, let's share some things here. So this is my stamp positioner. This is what it looks like. I have a grid paper on here already. We have these pegs, and it comes with this plate, and there are spring legs here on it, and this would go in here, so when you press down on it, it bounces back up. Oh my gosh, if you have arthritis in your hands, if you have neuropathy in your hands where you can't hang on to things, this stamp positioner is a must for you. Just saying. Not only do you get that large plate, but you get the smaller one too, and that's what these pegs are for. So the big one, the plate hooks into these. The smaller one here, let me see right here, these are for this. So you can do what we like to call hinge stamping. So you can do like a greeting up and down your card, or maybe you've got lines or a pattern that you want to go the full length of the card. There's so much that you can do with these. So this tool is absolutely amazing and a must, in my opinion. I absolutely love it. One of the other items I'm using today is the white twine out of the Baker's Twine Essential Pack. Then let me see. Let's bring out the flower, because it was attached to the plate of the stamp positioner. This is what the stamp looks like that I'm going to be using. Okay. Now I'm bringing out something from January. This was the stamp set from January. Is this still available, my fellow demos out there? Can you tell on here if this one is available? But it's called the Fabulous Sayings. This is a great general greeting set. I did pick this one to show you, so number one, tease you if you did not get it, let you know what you missed out on, but you can substitute for any greeting, right? Okay, so there's that. Let me see a couple other things here before we get started. And that is this right here. Look at this ginormous set of dies. And here's my hand, and there's the size of the die. Let me see if I can quickly figure out like the size of these. Oops. I'll pick it up in a minute. I just dropped one. Oh, good. So these dies are like 2 1/4 inches from end to end. So you would definitely want a 2.5 inch piece of paper, but look at the size of these. These are amazing. Yes, I'm going to be using these today. Oops. This can come in a bundle. If you are one that likes to host parties and you like to decorate for all the things, all the seasons, all the special things, this is a great bundle to get because you'll have the alphabet and then you'll have these banners and oh my gosh, all the things you can create from this. It's amazing, just saying. So I'm using that. Now let's bring in the star of the show, the DSP. Isn't this beautiful paper? This is one. Here is the other side. Then we've got this floral. And again, you get 3 sheets. So we've got this one. Is that the same? Nope. We've got this one. And that's the back side to that one. 3. And, oh, let me see. Then there's this one. And the front side is that one. Am I missing one? Nope, I think I got them. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, aren't these gorgeous? Oh, wait. Yes, we got it. Aren't they beautiful? The colors in this designer paper is Darling Duckling, Flirty Flamingo, Granny Apple Green, Lost Lagoon, Misty Moonlight, Petal Pink, and Pretty Peacock. Okay, Stampin' Up! Tells you on the back of the designer paper which which colors they have picked for the papers. Now, if this is too hard for you to read, I highly recommend you take a Sharpie marker and write those words out here in bigger letters so that you're not always have to squint or all the things, right? You can read it quicker at a glance. But this is the thing that drew me into Stampin' Up! 27 years ago, was their coordination. They started it way back in the day when we didn't have everything in our colors, but they had enough coordination that was not out there. And what I like about that is, like I said, I just read off all the colors. So it tells me that if I have cardstock and inks in those colors, if I pick those cardstocks and colored inks, it's going to go very, very well with this designer paper, okay? So you can mix and match the colors if you want to. You can do what we call monochromatic, and that's where you stay in one color. So I love, love, love the coordination. It just simplifies things and makes card making so, so much quicker. Okay, here we go. I have to decide 1, 2... I couldn't find the 4th card. I'm like, where did it go? Okay, I have to decide where I want to start. And I believe I am going to start here in just a second. You guys grab a drink real quick. I forgot my chamois for cleanup, and I have to have that. So just give me 2 seconds. I just have to run across my room. I'll be right back. Here I come. Sorry guys, I need my cleanup pad, and you'll see why here in just a minute, because we are using one big stamp and a couple of different colors. So the colors that I'm using today for inks, I have Misty Moonlight, Pretty Peacock, Lost Lagoon, and Flirty Flamingo. Okay? So my first card that we are going to do today, I am using a piece of Lost Lagoon that is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Makes a perfect size card. Okay, so I'm gonna burnish that. Okay, and I see I got a couple little scragglies here. Sometimes when our paper trimmers are getting a little dull, they'll leave little, I call them burrs on the edge. That's okay. Just take something and clean it off. Okay, so there's that. Then I need a piece of basic white that is 4 by 5 1/4. That is my liner. Okay. Then I need another piece of basic white that is 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. I need a piece of Pretty Peacock that is 4 by 5 1/4. I need a piece of Pretty Peacock that is 2 1/2 by 3 1/2. I need a piece of Lost Lagoon that is 2 5/8 by 3 5/8. I know, it's an 1/8 measurement. I'm sorry. Then I need a scrap piece of Lost Lagoon. And then my designer papers. I use the same designer paper. And these are 3 3/4 inches wide. This one is 2 1/2 inches tall, and this one is 2 3/8 inches tall. And there we go. Okay, so there's those. Then I have my third piece of designer paper that is 1/2 inch by 4 inches. Okay, and then my twine, I have cut 2 pieces that are 4 1/2 inches in length, and then I took 2 pieces that are 7 inches in length a piece and held them together to tie my bow. Alrighty, we are ready. I am going to do my stamping first. So I'm going to bring in my stamp positioner, and I have to think about this for a second. Okay, so this one is going to, yes, it's going to go right here. I've put marks on my grid with a pencil, so I know where a couple of these need to go to do my stamping. So I've got my card all set up. So now I need my platform with the stamp on it, and I need the Lost Lagoon ink. So I'm going to take Lost Lagoon ink and I'm going to ink up. Now this, I see so many people that try to guess where the stamp is going to be and where the paper is going to be, and oh, I'll just ink up that little bit. Don't do that. Trust me, ink up more than what you need. Ink is pennies, pennies. So don't try to skip on the skimp, not skip, but skimp on the ink, because you don't want to miss something, right? You don't want an image that's half done. You want to make sure you get a good impression. So now I'm going to flip this over, put this in the holes, and because this has legs on it, it can stand up. Now I can press on it, and it will touch the paper, and it will then transfer the ink. You just give it a little rub. And the great thing about a stamp positioner like this, how many times have you stamped an image and it didn't ink up all the way, and you're like, oh, darn it, how am I going to get that line back up? Well, if you have a stamp positioner like this and you've got everything all set and lined up, if you had messed up and not inked it correctly or didn't put the right amount of pressure on the side, you can re-ink your stamp, go right back to it and stamp it again, and you will never know that you had missed something. So how cool is that? So there is that piece. All right, so this is it for the stamping on this one. Let's start to assemble. We have all these pieces. You're probably wondering, what is this going to look like? Well, let's put it together, shall we? So I'm going to put adhesive on the back of the 1/2 inch strip. And this one is going to go on the bottom of, oh, and then I cut it too short. That's all right. We're going to go like this. Ta-da! It was meant to be that way. Ah, there we go. See, I'm just like you guys. If you've been at my classes, you know I always say there are no mistakes. There's only unexpected masterpieces. You improvise, you adapt, and you overcome, right? Right. That's what we crafters do best, don't we? Okay, so there's the inside of my card. That one's done. So now I am going to bring in, oh, I did forget. I need to stamp my greeting yet too. It's all good. We'll come back to it. Okay, so I am going to take my white piece that I stamped on. And this one, I believe, yep, it goes this way. This one is going to go on, oops, sent that sailing, on my pretty peacock piece. My pretty peacock, we're going to put adhesive on the back of this one. This one is going to go on our Lost Lagoon piece. Okay. Then our designer papers, I cut these so that the pattern would continue. So I'm going to put adhesive on this one. And this one is going to go up at the top. 3 equal borders, left, right, and top. Flip this one over. Put adhesive on this one. Okay. And then this one, again, equal borders, left, right, and bottom this time, with a slight gap in the middle. Now on this one, I am going to bring in some of my tear and tape here. Grab a couple of pieces here. Get those ready. I'm going to be doing this a couple of times today. And I am going to take my twine. This is going to go across here. Tape it down. Yep, make sure that looks good over there. Oops, can you see? Sorry, guys. You have to yell louder if I'm out of screen. Oh, gosh. And put that on. And now this is going to go up on dimensionals. Hi, Joyce. Welcome. Good to see you. Okay. Anybody else I missed? Who else has joined that I haven't said hello to? Hello, hello, everybody. Okay, we're going to take the backings off from these. Okay. And then this is going to go on the center of our card. And then this, I need adhesive on the back of this one. We're getting down there, aren't we? Now you're seeing it all come together. There is that. And now I'm going to bring in my pretty peacock, because I forgot to do my greeting when I was doing stamping. But I want the darker ink. So I'm going to ink up my greeting from the stamp set. And we're going to stamp that in here, like so. And then I am going to fussy cut this out. I know, Jenna, don't have a heart attack. It's okay. I promise. Because watch. Ta-da! It's all done. Okay, so now I'm going to take this. And this is going to go on my card up here. So again, I want a few dimensionals. But this time, I want some mini dimensionals on here. Because of the ribbon. Or the twine, however you want to say it. Sometimes the dimensionals going over the top of the twine or ribbon creates more bulk, and then, yeah. And I don't want that, so I'm going to put this right here, like so. And now I have my bow that I need to put on, and card number 1 will be done. I'm getting a glue dot here. Put my glue dot on the back of my bow, and it's going to go over here like so. There we go. There is card number 1. All right. See, the inside's all done because I like to bring a little bit of the outside to the inside. There we go. All righty. Let's do card number 2. Card number 2 also has several pieces, so bear with me. It's all good, I promise. Oh, I forgot to mention too that I did use a 1 1/4 inch circle punch before too. So for this card, we are using a piece of Fleur de Flamingo. Again, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Line up the corners. Burnish the edge with the bone folder so it lays nice and flat. We need 2 pieces of basic white that are 4 by 5 1/4. One is for the outside, one is for the inside. Then I need another piece of basic white that is 2.5 by 3.5. Then I need another piece of Fleur de Flamingo. This one is 2 5/8 by 3 5/8. I have another piece of Fleur de Flamingo that is 5 1/4 by 1/2 inch. And then I have 4 pieces of designer paper, and 3 of these papers, 3 of the same designer paper, measures 3 3/4 by 1 1/2. And I gotta see if I have, yep, there we go. They're all lined up. And then I have my 4th piece of designer paper is 4, hopefully this time, by 1/2 inch. Okay? So, and then the 1 1/4 inch circle punch. Okay? So let's put some of this together before we start stamping, because there are so many pieces. So I'm going to take this, and this one is going to go here, like so. Whoops, slid it. That's the thing about liquid glue. It's a blessing and a curse. It's the blessing because you can move it, and it's a curse because you can move it. Okay, so there is that. Let me see. Now I'm going to put this on the inside of the card. And get that out of the way. So we're down that many more pieces. So this is going to go in here, like so. So lots of room to write your greeting. This card is going to go this direction. And so, oh, I can do this one. I was thinking the wrong card. Okay, so I'm going to take this white piece now, and I'm going to lay out my designer paper just to kind of get my spacing down to where I want things, to try to get them somewhat uniform. Remember, these are handmade, so if they're not perfect, it's all good, right? That's part of handmade cards, right? Handmade goodies. Okay, so one is going to go here. And I'm going to go out to my first one, put adhesive on the back of that one. Again, 3 equal borders approximately. And I couldn't see very well that way, so I turned my card. You'll see here in a minute. So I put adhesive on the 3rd piece, and now I'm going to split the difference between the 2 like so. Okay? So it's going to go like this. So now I'm going to take and put adhesive on the back of this. This one is going to go on our base like so. And now I'm going to take this one and I am going to banner cut the end of my paper. And so I like to use my grid. And so hopefully I'm where you can see. I'm waiting to see if this catches up. Yes, it is. Okay, so I'm using my grid, splitting the difference and going up the same amount of distance, which was 1/4 inch. Then I'm going to cut up to that point, and then from that corner to that point, and that corner to that point. And that's how you can get an even banner. Again, do the same thing on the other end. There we go. Okay, so there is that. And now this one, we need adhesive on here. Okay, and this is now going to go across approximately the middle. I say approximately. Okay, just like so. Okay, now we are down to our stamping. So again, I am going to bring back in my stamp positioner. I am going to bring in my piece. And let's see, this one I want more toward the center. Okay, so this one's gonna go here, put a magnet there, and let's do a magnet up here. I think will be out of the way. And now I'm gonna bring in my platform, and I am going to be using Flirty Flamingo ink, which, did I say that on my cardstock color? I don't know if I did. The cardstock color is Flirty Flamingo, if I forgot, which that would not surprise me if I did, just saying. Okay, so again, inked it up, flip it over. I'm going to double check and make sure my magnets are out of the way, and they are. I didn't want to bump the camera, so I had to pull it down to where I could see it. So now I'm going to stamp this and pick it up, and there is our image. Okay, so that part's done. And now I need Flirty Flamingo back in again. And, oh, I lost my Stampin' Pierce mat. Ink up my stamp, because it's a photopolymer stamp and it's clear. You can see right down through it all to see where you're stamping, to know that you are in the right spot. Isn't that cool? Okay. So now let's put the rest of this together. I'm going to put adhesive on the back of our stamped image. This is going to go onto our Flirty Flamingo. That's just 1/8 of an inch bigger in each direction. Okay. And then this is going to go up on dimensionals. So I need to bring those in. So this now is going to go in the center of my card, like so. And then this one is going to go down here in the corner. So I need a dimensional over here and one over here, right? Yep, over here and down here. So my small ones, if I can find them. One here, right? Is that the right? No. Oh goodness, now I'm getting myself turned around. This is gonna go here, so yes, down here, not up here, down here, sorry. So I like to get those on, and then I'm gonna put a little dollop of adhesive over here, because it is going to overlap our card, like so. And this time I took 2 8-inch links of my twine, held them together to make my bow. So I had a little bit longer tails on this one. And then this one we are going to put our bow over to the side, like so. There is card number 2. What do you guys think of that one? Do you like that one too, I hope? Okay, card number 3, sticking with the Flirty Flamingo colors. Okay, I am going to bring in this time a piece of basic white that is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. This is going to match up the corners, burnish the edge, so the card lays nice and flat. It's going to go this direction. Again, I needed 2 pieces of basic white that was 4 by 5 1/4, right? Yes. Oh, and I forgot to cut one down. I actually wanted one at 4 by 5 1/4 and one that was 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. But it's okay. We'll fix it. I promise. You know why? Because I have another one. So Flirty Flamingo 4 by 5 1/4. That's why I messed up. Then I needed a piece of Flirty Flamingo that is 2 3/8 by 2 3/8. Then I took a piece of the designer paper, 2.5 by 2.5, and those dies, the big alphabet dies. I took a piece of that designer paper, and I took the dies and I cut out high. So you can get 2 for 1 on this one. This one you can use on another card. We are going to use these pieces. Then I took another piece of that same designer paper, 1/2 inch by 4 inches. Okay? All right. Let's see. So let's first put the liner in. So we're going to put adhesive on the 1/2 inch strip of designer paper. Make sure I didn't already. Nope, I forgot to. It's all good. No worries. And I almost grabbed my paper trimmer to bring it over here because I said, just in case you made a mistake. And of course, Kristen thought, I know, we're good. We got it ready to go. Wrong. Okay, so there's the liner that's in. So I'm going to need this piece and this piece. Let's do our stamping. And this one, we don't need to stamp a greeting because our greeting is die cut already. So I'm going to take this one and I am going to put this on here, right about here. That's what comes in handy dandy with the image being stamped on the grid paper. So if you're ever questioning about where you want to position things, instead of doing a partial image, the first thing you can do is take your stamp it on your grid paper, so when you're picking out areas that you want to use per card, the image is down on the mat, so then you know your placement. Are you picking up what I'm putting down here? Okay, again, Flirty Flamingo ink. Remember, I cut this to the wrong size, but it's okay, because I've already got one next to me right here that I had already stamped. So we're good. We are covered. Okay, so I'm going to take this, flip this over, put this on, and am I out of the way? Looks like I need to pull back my one magnet just a bit. Yes, yes. We'll see. If not, that's what the positioner is for, right? Okay. Put that down. Waiting for the paper to drop off. Yes, we got it. Woohoo! Alrighty, that was a success. Okay, so that's done. Okay, and like I said, we don't need to stamp a greeting because I already got it done. Remember I said I messed up? See the difference? I already had one done here. So just a little bit smaller, it's all good. Okay, so on this one now, I'm going to put this on here. So put adhesive on the back. This is going to go on here. Now I have two pieces of my twine that are 5 inches long. And I want this on here, but I'm gonna wait just a second. You're gonna see why, because it's a Kristen thing. So I'm gonna take my high, and we're gonna put adhesive on the back of the H, and I'm gonna go ahead and put some on the back of the I. Okay, so there we go. And some of you might be looking at that and going, wait, I thought the whole alphabet dies was all capitals. It is. But if you look in your set of dies, they included an exclamation point. Yes, yes. So I took my exclamation point and I am using it as my I, my lowercase I. So there is that. Okay, and this is going to go on there with dimensionals that I have lost. Oh, golly. They grow legs. I'm telling you, they grow legs. They get up. They walk away. Yeah, I have my minis right here, so I guess I'm going to go with these. And I'm going to trim up the edges because I don't know what I did with my regular size right at the moment. And it's all good. These still work. Okay. So this, then peel off the backings to this. And this is going to go down here in the corner. Okay, and this is why I did not secure my twine yet, because I want my twine to be under here kind of like a visual thing, if you know what I'm referring to. This crossbar on the H, I thought it looked good right there. So we need to straighten that out. Take another piece of tear and tape, put that on here. There we go, like that. Now I can adhere this to my card. So I'm going to put adhesive on here. We have one more card to do together. Don't go anywhere yet. That one's going to be faster because I did some things ahead of time for that one. So there is that. And now we just need a glue dot. Did anybody see my dimensionals? Oh, good Lord. Did they hit the floor or something? Anybody? There we go. There is card number 3. What do you guys think of those together? Isn't the DSP and that stamp set really cute together? I really like it. Okay, last card, guys. This one is 4 1/4 by 11 and scored at 5 1/2 this time. Line up the outer corners again. Burnish. There we go. Okay, so there's that. This is Misty Moonlight. If I didn't say that, 4 1/4 by 11 piece of Misty Moonlight. Then I need a piece of basic white, 4 by 5 1/4. Then I need a piece of DSP that is 4 by 5 1/4. I need another piece of DSP that is 1 by 4 1/4. Another piece of that DSP that's a 1/2 inch by 4. I need a piece of vellum that is 3 by 4 1/4. And then I need a piece of Pretty Peacock that is 2 1/4 by 2 1/2 that I went ahead beforehand. I stamped it with Versamark ink, used our white embossing powder and a heat tool and heated up and did that. Then I need a piece of white paper that is 2 inches by a 1/2 inch, okay? And my greeting on this one is going to be in Misty Moonlight. So let's quickly do this. Okay, so inking up my greeting. And I'm gonna look down through my stamp and stamp my greeting like so. Okay. And I did not bring my paper trimmer, but I am going to just eyeball trim off some of the bottom, like so. Okay. And it wasn't the straightest, so attempt number 2, and I'm probably out of range. I am so sorry. There we go. That's better. Okay, so let's put our card together. Okay, I forgot to tell you, I have 2 pieces again of my twine, 6 inches long, 2 pieces that were 7 inches long, and tied those, held those together to tie my bow. And so now I am going to take my tear and tape, put that on there. I have a different color version of this to share with you. So stick around so you can see how color makes a difference too. Okay, so there is that. So now I need to, let's do the inside. We're going to take our 1/2 inch strip, put adhesive on here. This is going to go on our bottom like so. Then I'm going to flip that over this. is going to go on the inside of our card. Okay, there we go. Then I need adhesive on the back of this one. This one is going to go, I think I wanted it, yes, this way. I do. You can choose whichever direction you want. That's the fun part. Okay, now this one I want on my vellum, so I'm going to bring in, whoops, sorry. Yeah, earthquake. Kristen's shaking the camera. Okay, we're gonna put adhesive on here. Sorry for those who get seasick. This is going to go on here, 3 equal borders toward the top. Okay, then with that on, I know that I can hide my things behind here. Gosh, I wished I knew where my dimensionals went. They got up and ran off. And I know when I flip this over that these dimensionals will be okay as well. So now we just need to remove the backings. Well, okay. Almost, guys. Thank you for hanging in there with me. This is going to get centered on the card, like so. Then this one, I'm going to put dimensionals out here on the outer edge. Okay. Like so. I'm going to peel off the backings first, but I'm not quite ready yet. You'll see here in just a second. I want some adhesive in the middle of this because it's going to be across here. This is already up on dimensionals. So that's why I didn't put them in the middle, because I didn't want it too high. It looked like it was going downhill, and I have to change my direction here for a second just to make sure that I'm edge to edge. There we go. Okay. And now I need some dimensionals on here. And so I'm going to put one here. Oops, that may not be in. Oh, yep, it's good. I was thinking it was going to show. So this now is going to go across here, like so. Let's get it straight, Kristen. Ish. So there we go. And I should have a bow somewhere. Oh, found it. It's probably the same place my dimensionals went. My sleeves on my coat have catch on things when I'm creating, and things disappear on me. So, yeah. So that's where that ran out to. There we go. What do you guys think of that one? Let's show you my other one in a different color, and then I'll bring all the cards back in. So this card, here it is in different colors. Again, all the colors are out of the DSP. Which one is your favorite? Do you like the one we did today, or do you like the one I did the other day? Isn't that cool? Okay, so let's bring in our other cards that we did. So here is card number 1, card number 2, card number 3, card number 4. And we'll throw this one in there as well. There you have it. What do you guys think of the product of the month? Isn't it beautiful? This paper, oh my gosh, it is amazing. You have to see it in person to be able to really soak in the beauty of it. It is gorgeous. So I hope you like the cards that I have shared with you today. Thank you so very much for joining me. I will be back next week. I believe it's the 27th of February. Oh my gosh, it's the end of February, you guys. Mind-blowing. I will see you next Friday, 2 p.m. for Live on Friday in the Create with Love Stampin' Studio. Thank you, everybody. Have a great week. Bye-bye.